I'll be 102. I never thought about age anyway. I was too busy living in the time I was living to worry about the future or the past. You live a long life means you're doing the right thing. You're eating the right thing, thinking the right thing, acting the right thing, that you're doing right and not doing wrong.
Meet Deborah Szekely, affectionately known as the Godmother of Wellness by the Huffington Post. Born in 1922, Deborah celebrated her 102nd birthday on May 3rd. The journey of the Mother of Wellness began in 1940 when Deborah and her late husband founded Rancho La Puerta, a camp in Tecate, Mexico. Rancho La Puerta has since evolved into one of the first wellness resorts in North America and has been voted the #1 international destination spa. In 1958, Deborah expanded her wellness vision by establishing the Golden Door Spa Retreat in California. Both destinations remain esteemed health and wellness sanctuaries to this day. Remarkably, at 102 years old, Deborah still works 3 days a week at Rancho La Puerta. When she turned 100, she even published yet another book, 100 Lessons from a Grasshopper.
100 Lessons from a Grasshopper.
Few can match the credentials of a thriving centenarian when it comes to running a wellness resort. So, what is her secret to longevity? How does Deborah maintain such an active lifestyle even beyond the age of 100? Let's start with the very first routine she does every morning, morning ritual.
You wake with the birds, you wake with the sun, there's an energy, it's on the up. You don't get up out of bed. And I do some deep breathing and some deep thinking about the day ahead and what I want to accomplish. I always plan more than I can accomplish, but I always get up and do.
The morning to me is a bit sacred. It sets the day, but it also, nature sets the day. As the sun rises, the sap in the plants rise, there's a general energy, and to become aware of that energy and the fact that it's a new day. First thing you do when you're not even awake is you wiggle. You move your body and say, "Morning, how are you?" First thing is to become aware. I breathe deeply 3, 4, 5 times, right from the pit of the stomach all the way up. And take that moment to feel blessed. Sometimes it's out loud. I'd like you to try it. Say, "Good morning!" You're sending out to the ether. It's a good morning. It's a new day. New opportunities, challenges, headaches. But it's a new day. Grasping that newness that comes with each day. Energy that to me is only at that time.
If you are curious to what time she sleeps, Deborah surprisingly sleeps late at 11 p.m.
11 o'clock at night.
Then she gets about 6 to 7 hours of sleep a day. Exercise. The program in Deborah's spa retreat follows what she believes in most, health and fitness. The guests in her resort immerse themselves in a regimen of healthful eating, spa treatments, meditation, lectures, and an extensive compilation of fitness activities ranging from pickleball to Pilates, and every other source of mind and body engagement imaginable. At the ranch, everyone starts very early, some as early as 6 a.m., with hikes up the mountain. How about Deborah herself? Deborah believes that life is movement, death is not movement. It's very simple. So Deborah always engages in activities, always moving. While serving many different roles at the resort, chief cook, general manager, and activities director, she was actively engaged to maintain the resort's farm to have freshly grown foods. Did you know that gardening is a skill which is common among centenarians in blue zones? At 85, Deborah does Pilates 2 or 3 times a week and frequently swims in the spa's outdoor pools. She also hikes around the ranch's 3,000 acres. Now at the age of 102, Deborah takes daily walks through the park with her King Charles Spaniel, Charlie.
In the old days, I did Pilates. I went to the gym, and then later on, in later years, the gym teacher came to me because his gym closed and he continued coming to the house. But I don't have as good a balance, so now it's walking. But I literally see that I walk an hour a day. I'm not as fast, and I don't, I can't count my footsteps as being really getting any measurement, but I spend an hour walking from my home to a park, through the park, back over the park, and back to my home, and that is just a mile.
What Deborah eats. In her childhood, Her family became vegetarian as her mother was influenced by the family dentist who recommended vegetarianism.
His name was Dr. Philip Welch, and he said to her, I really think you should be a vegetarian. And she admired him. And so for many, many years, we were strict vegetarians. My mother was vice president of the New York Vegetarian Society.
Then came the Great Depression, where only bananas were readily available in Brooklyn as bananas came from Cuba.
And the only thing available in Brooklyn was bananas, which came from Cuba. There was nothing else fresh.
Then, the family moved to Tahiti, and she ultimately became pescatarian, someone who eats vegetables and fish. Most pescatarians also eat eggs and dairy.
We started adding fish to our diet. And so I am a pescatarian. And it was a name that didn't exist at that time, but now is lots and lots of people and lots of young people.
Based on her pescatarian nature, what does Deborah's resort serve for the guests? We will also look into the specific details on Deborah's breakfast, lunch, and dinner, so stay tuned. Foods at resort. She and her late husband Edmund chose their Tecate location for their retreat because of its excellent climate for agriculture and suitability for living a nature-based, outdoor-oriented life. In numerous interviews, she said that we were seriously into health, food, and environmental sustainability before those concepts ever existed in the popular mind. We grew our own vegetables and fruits, collected eggs from our chickens, made cheese from goat's milk, and raised our 2 children here. In the early years, the ranch menu was strictly vegetarian. Now the chefs also offer delicious and fresh pescatarian options for almost every meal. What's notable about the ingredients used at the resort is that they are organic.
The culture and money was poisoning our people and our land.
So what she chose is to use the freshly picked fruits and vegetables from her organic farm.
The food is not the same as when it's freshly picked, bursting with vitamins and minerals.
Now let's look at details of what she eats during the day. Breakfast.
Very simple. I eat in the morning, I have yogurt, some whole grain cereal, and bananas. And I have the same breakfast every day. And it's never boring. And it's just some sliced bananas on top of some whole grain and some raisins. Make it sweet. Breakfast is a cup of coffee, black coffee, and a slice of bread. And once in a while, I will have 1 egg. You know, when I have a particularly busy day or for something, or I didn't have much dinner, I'll have an egg.
Lunch.
Lunch is salad, always salad, and it has either nuts or cottage cheese for protein. I don't look for excitement in food.
Yeah.
I look for nourishment and what does well.
Dinner.
And dinner is my main meal. It's I relax at the end of the day, and so and there's so many wonderful vegetarian recipes. Dinners are different ones that the chef at the ranch, but basically they're all healthy. I do never eat meat. I've never eaten meat, and everything. It's a diet for the long run because I knew a long time ago that I probably would have a long life, and so I ate accordingly.
Dessert.
At dinner, I always have a dessert.
But the dessert portion she eats is tiny. Keep that in mind to indulge yourself, but in small, sensible portion.
I am a small person who eats small portions.
Deborah eats a small portion, but she indulges in a good dinner. What is her favorite meal at the ranch? She shares the recipe.
One of my favorites is chili relleno. I always enjoy that.
The recipe of chilies rellenos from the ranch cookbook, Cooking with the Seasons at Rancho La Puerta, by Deborah, show that her favorite dish is a healthy dish of stuffed chiles with almost anything: cheese, shrimp, smoked fish, tuna, and sour cream, grilled vegetables, crab meat. It is a combination bursting with flavors and antioxidants. How about wine? Does Deborah drink wine?
I drink wine, but when I have guests, I always have wine.
Supplements. In an interview with Life Extension magazine, Deborah shared that along with a daily multivitamin and multimineral, she takes daily omega fatty acids contained in EPA/DHA formulas. She is also keen on supplemental bone-building nutrients such as calcium, magnesium, and 1,000 milligrams of vitamin D per day. For extra digestive help, she takes papaya enzymes when needed. Alpha-lipoic acid and coenzyme Q10 help stoke Deborah's energy stores. Brain-specific nutrients such as lecithin, extra vitamin E, and phosphatidylserine, plus circulation-promoting ginkgo biloba are also part of her plan. She shares that, depending on the season, I may take extra vitamin C and echinacea and other herbs for immunity. The secret is to tune into your body and listen closely so that you can figure out how to support it in all weather and personal circumstances. Finally, let's hear the summary of the secret to her longevity.
I really believe that it's doing what is right, eating what is right, thinking what is right. It's all those things that you know you should be doing and could be doing if you decide you want to live a long life.